What is up, everyone? Alex here, and as usual, we are doing a champion skin tier list, this time on Jax, the Grandmaster at Arms. So, here's the thing about Jax. He's a simple man, I think. I don't know. You can't really assume these things nowadays, and that's fine, but he seems to be pretty basic. His kit isn't super flashy no matter what skin you use for him, so there isn't much style over substance, if you know what I mean. His Q ability is literally just a jump, and his W ability is literally an auto attack reset. Alright, maybe I'm oversimplifying things a little bit, but you get the gist of it. So for the skin tier list today, I really focused a lot on how cool the individual model looks. Particle changes, of course, will still matter, but Jax has a lot of skins that are really on the basic side, and since this needs to be said, even though people haven't been super mean about it, this is of course going to boil down to, it's my opinion. So, Jax has 11 skins total, which makes sense seeing as he is one of the absolute most OG champions in the entire game. Dude's existed since the alpha launch back in 2009. He shares this with only 16 other champions. So thank you, Sir Vampire, or Sir Vampire. I'm sorry, it's definitely pronounced one of those ways, I just don't know which one. So thank you for suggesting a champion with a billion skins. Very cool thing of you to do. First up in our D tier is the mighty Jax. Okay, the script called for me to sound like a sports announcer and be really over the top about it, but it's winter here in the good old Midwest, and I'm constantly on the verge of being sick and losing my voice. So yeah, hard pass on that.
No, hard pass.
Anyway, okay, so as much as I appreciate Jax being built like a Ninja Turtle who will beat people down with a hockey stick, I just do not like this skin that much. But listen up, so it may come as a surprise, but I'm just not really a hockey guy, which, living by St. Louis, makes it very annoying to live here when the Blues are doing well. That's a different rant for a different day, and we are going to gloss over that for now. D tier is reserved for skins that I wouldn't use them. I'd use the base model of the champion over these skins. I mean, the brass lamppost in the normal skin is cooler, he has a cool poncho, and I mean, the mighty Jax thinks it's okay to wear socks and sandals. I mean, like... What are those? Yeah, enough said about this one. Alright, not gonna lie, these next two I've listed in C tier, but honestly, if I was in a bad mood the day I made my tier list, they could have ended up in D tier. So first up is Vandal Jax. So pretty simple skin, you can really call it a glorified chroma as it gives him a dark blue color and then changes his weapon from his iconic lamppost to a 2x4 with some nails in it. There really is not a lot about this skin that I can talk about. It's one of his older ones, so it's a little bit on the dated side. It doesn't cost much, but it's a legacy skin anyway, so that doesn't matter a lot. Let's see, what else? Oh, it's in C tier. No, wait, I already said that. Wow, I'm seriously running out of things to say. C tier is basically a skin I would rank as equal to the base model, and considering the palette swap, that only seems fair to me. Alright, so we have a little more to talk about on this one. It is Angler Jax. This is another one of his older, dated skins, but Jax used to be a big poster boy for League of Legends before some of the more modern champions came out. I will continue, however, to stand on the hill that Jax was the most overpowered champion for an extended amount of time, due to the really crazy dodge stat that used to exist. Just look up some old videos of Jax sometime to see some absolute crazy overpowered nonsense. Listen. But calm down, editor. I'm gonna talk about Angler Jax, it's fine. It's a little more than a palette swap this time. He gets some small model changes to his hat, his hood, whatever it is, and then of course he's gonna start handing out naps with a fishing pole, of all things. His poncho also gets this nice yellow color to it, which is a nice mix-up to his darker colors that he usually wears. This was part of the era of Jax skins that came out with his old lore, so just like really quick cliff note version of this. He was an unstoppable gladiator who basically got told, hey, you can't fight anymore, you always win, but on the other hand, people really like you, so you can only fight with like household items in order to make it more fair. Hence why in his earlier skins, he doesn't actually have real weapons. So he gets things like a lamppost, a fishing rod, a paper towel roll, a hockey stick, and a trophy. Speaking of that trophy, this brings us to the last entry in C tier with Jax's SKT skin. Jax got this one to celebrate SKT's win in the Season 3 Worlds Championships. I've talked about championship skins in the past. They're legacy and usually really bare bones, but the point of these skins is not to be super flashy. It's literally just a player's way of showing support to your favorite teams And honestly, I like this line of skins a lot, and I think Jax has my favorite of these. His model is just really cool looking, and black and red is always going to be a really good color scheme. And I mean, he gets to hit people over the head with a big trophy, and that's always gonna be fun. Solid skin overall. If you're an SKT fanboy and you play Jax, I mean, why not use it, right? Oh, Score, check it out. They gave him a real weapon. Look at that. You know, since his quote, you know the one. He's always saying, imagine if he had a real weapon. They gave him a real... Why is no one else excited about this? Oh, right. It's because I'm a huge dork. Keep forgetting that one. Anyway, so yes, Temple Jax is the skin I'm currently making a bit about that no one's probably laughing at because it's very dry sarcasm. Hey, yes, editor, I get it. I'm supposed to be talking about the skin. Look, it's hard talking about each skin for a certain amount of time. Like I said at the beginning, I really had to look at the models for each skin because that's going to be the thing that sells you on it. So as a result, let's look at what this skin brings to the table, should we? He has a really cool looking polearm type weapon that I do not know what it's called. He has a fancy Asian straw hat thing. Again, I don't know what that's called. And he gets an actual different outfit by the look of it. Also, the splash art is really dope looking. Unknown artist, you did good, kid. Or sir/ma'am if you're older than me. I don't know your life. Next up is Warden Jax. By the way, both this one and Temple are both 750 RP. Somebody, not naming any names here, was trying to be funny instead of bringing the hard-hitting facts when they wrote the script. But 750 RP is a pretty fair price when you consider that these last two skins don't have any new animations or particle effects, but I mean they do get some pretty cool looking model changes, this one getting some cool looking armor, and look, they upgraded his lamp. We absolutely can't give him both armor and an actual weapon, he'd be way too powerful, they'd have to nerf the skin immediately and then hand him like a pool noodle or something. And oh, right. Sorry, Fiora. No, we're not doing your skin tier list yet. That comes later. Shoo, go away. Alright, we have reached the good stuff now. Little clarification in case you're new here. The way B tier works is they are generally good skins. I think they look better than the base model of the champion, and some of them can be really cool looking and have some flashy stuff to them. But A tier is, in my opinion, the champion's best skins, and S tier is just my personal favorite out of the champion's entire skin pool. I feel like I also have to say this because I'm offering my opinion on the internet, and people will of course tell me that having different opinions is both scary and wrong. But it really is my opinion, and I always want to hear yours, so let me know. Just leave out the mean words because I'm sensitive and kind of a crybaby. Alright, let's get to our A tier. Jaximus is the first entry into A tier, and I can hear the collected confusion, so just listen up for a second, because on the surface, this doesn't look like an A tier skin. So we're switching into serious mode for a moment, because this is important. So, 975 RP for a skin is about an average price for an average skin, right? Not a lot to this one. Moderate model changes, sure. Well, here's the thing about this skin. This skin right here was the absolute favorite skin of a young man named Joe. Now, who's Joe, you might be asking? And that's fine. If you don't know, it really is. But he was a cancer patient who fought the good fight for as long as possible, and after his unfortunate passing, Jaximus was given a special, unique line just for him. This was the first non-legendary champion that got a unique voice line. That's all there is to it. It's my tier list. If I want to put this one in A tier for sentimental reasons, that's what's gonna happen.
Here's to you, kid.
Nemesis is next up, and he gets put here because mainly chromas and also the fact that it is in the very rare instance of new particle effects for a Jax skin. It might just be because I've been looking at video footage all day of various Jax skins, but they actually look surprisingly different, even though I think I'm just going crazy from lack of nutrition and sleep. Someone send food so I can eat, and also like the video so I'm not stressing all night wondering if people like the stuff I make. Can we also talk about how he looks kind of edgy, or kind of like an ancient Sith Lord who refuses to use a lightsaber? But just imagine that for a second. Darth Jax using a lightsaber pike. Here's a picture of what those look like in case you don't know. But Jax strikes me as a pike kind of user. He'd probably find a way to win in the Star Wars universe with a lamppost, but still. Hey editor, can we go to the next one so I can stop showing people what a total loser I am? No! Sweet, thanks. PAX Jax. There's something so special about these really stupid rare skins that I'm always so awestruck by. Is it stupid? Yes, absolutely it is. Is the skin even that great? No, not by normal measurements, but there's something so cool if I actually get into a game and someone's using the skin. It actually breaks my heart that I'll never be able to own it, but that's okay. I'm not that sad about it. You shut up. This is probably one of the rarest skins in the game because it was given away through codes back during PAX events in 2010 and 2011. Holy crap, that was a decade ago, guys. I really don't want to think about how old I am or how much money I've spent on this really stupid game. Look, guys, agree or disagree, but I'm a sucker for rarity for whatever reason. I think it goes back to being 6 and loving Pokemon cards. I don't really know. Last one in A tier is the God Staff Jax skin. So, you know when you're playing an RPG and you like go off the beaten path to somewhere you're not supposed to really be yet, and you find this really super powerful weapon that makes the game basically a joke? Yeah, now that I painted you that word picture, that's Jax with this skin. He's found his soulmate, a more special kind of lamppost. Man's got a theme when it comes to weapons he likes, but this special lamppost has a multitude of effects on Jax. He gets glowing hands, new effects when he's beating someone to death with it, a very slight voice filter. We find out that he's not actually a Ninja Turtle because he has hair in the skin. Oh yeah, and he also gets 6 arms with the skin, but only during the recall animation. You'd figure having 4 extra arms would come in handy for a bruiser, but there's also a clever joke in there somewhere about having 4 arms tied behind your back and still winning. I don't know. Someone more clever than me, go ahead, you can use that joke. Another reason I like this skin is that I'm a huge TFT nerd and Jax uses this skin during teamfight tactics. So that might have colored my opinion a little bit, but let's be honest, this is a really great skin and was the only one, in my opinion, that was competing with my S tier pick, which is Mecha Kingdom's Jax. Guys, it's almost disgusting how great this skin is compared to some of his earlier ones. It just has so much going for it. So let's start with my favorite part. It's Jax piloting a giant Jax mech, and unlike in Pacific Rim, he doesn't need anyone else's help. He's drift compatible with himself. But like, real talk, real quick, I love Pacific Rim. It's a big dumb action movie that has giant metal robots hitting big monsters. What else could you possibly want from a movie? Also, don't feel bad if you die in the skin because Jack escapes. See? There goes a little escape pod. The skin has a lot of polish and thought into it. There's a reactor on his back that reacts differently based on something like how far someone is from his leap strike. It also seems to charge up with his passive strikes. The mech starts smoking and sparking as he gets to lower and lower HP. Also, you guys know I'm a sucker for new voice lines, and this skin brings a lot to the table in that department. I just really love when they bring the voice actor back because I feel like it gives them a second chance to let them strut their stuff for these characters, and Jax is just a really confident guy, so his voice lines just give off some serious charisma. And one sec, checking this, yeah, Eric Bray is the man behind the mask voicing Jax, and it's probably in my top 10 favorite voice performances in League. Also, going back to Jaximus real quick, if you're using Mecha Kingdom's Jax and you face off against someone using Jaximus, he actually has a special quote, again, referencing Joe. And again, I'm not crying, you're crying. Alright, let's see what else. Yeah, so new animations for his joke, which this one actually got a chuckle out of me the first time I saw it. New dance, new recall. Oh, and his taunt has a nifty new feature. Whoa, 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 hold up. Alex from the future here. Who let me say the word nifty? Who approved that? Anyway, back to the video. Where it has the scoreboard behind him, and every time Jax gets a kill, the taunt scoreboard will obviously give him another point. This is cool because if you're like me and you're tired of looking at the top right of your screen to check your kills, well then just slash taunt and boom! Kill counter, easy peasy. And the most fun, I don't know. Part of this taunt is that if you manage to get it to 25 kills instead of counting, it just says GG behind it because the game is over at that point. Listen guys, this skin has a bunch of stuff to it, and these videos are seriously just supposed to be an overview and also kind of a comedic thing. So I'm going to link stuff in the description for you guys to check out if you want to get more specific about these skins. So go down there and rifle through it if you want further details, but that will conclude this edition of the Champion Skin tier list. Hey guys, it's post-editing Alex. You slogged through another tier list and made it to the other side. Congratulations. Also, thanks for, watching my video or whatever. If you want to like it or share it, I mean, that'd be pretty sick. Also, doing the subscribe thingy is the best way to see when I release another one of these videos. And hey, I'm also a pretty cool guy, so, you know, stick around. But again, this is a video chock full of wrong opinions, like thinking I'm cool. So be sure to let me know in the comments below what your Jax tier list would be, and let me know what champion you want to see next. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm gonna go take a nap or something. I don't really know. You guys have a good rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.